Have you heard the old saying, don't judge a book by its cover? But that's what people do, right? We judge everything by outward appearances. In my experience, a great album cover can make or break the decision on whether I buy an album. So go on a journey with me as we look at some great album cover designs and talk about why I believe that you need a personal designer for your album artwork. This is Judged by the Cover. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Judged by the Cover podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Phil.
And today, we have a group that I probably haven't listened to an album by them in decades.
Yeah.
You know, other than like the occasional song on the radio that I may hear at work, I have not listened to an album by this band in ages. So when Phil came to me the other day, we sat down to talk about, planning, like, what are we going to talk about? And he said, hey, do you know this band has a record that just dropped? It like kind of blew my mind because I'll save some of the jokes for later, but I was actually genuinely surprised that they had a new record coming out. So Phil,
me too.
Give us the story. How did you stumble upon said record? And you can even tease us a little bit, the record and who it is.
Just late at night, I'm a Spotify guy. I know you're an Apple Music guy, but I'm on Spotify, and it popped up like the Rolling Stones have a new album dropping in an hour.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because it blew me away in 2023 when they released their Hackneyed Diamonds album, which I thought was really cool. And I really liked the artwork on that. It was almost like jeweled, like ruby lips, kind of like the logo was all like made a big jewel.
Yeah. I think I saw that.
It looked cool. It looked really lush. And it was just like, we were talking before we started this, like, I'm just intrigued. Like, they've been around so long that they're making new music.
Yeah.
And it really piqued my interest, even with the countdown on. I don't know if I ever pre-saved it, but the countdown caught my eye. I'm like, wow, okay, this thing's about to drop at midnight, Friday, July 10th. I mean, just days ago, really.
Yeah.
And I started listening to the singles that were released. I'm like, man, it's like classic new Stones.
Yeah.
Like true to the Stones.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah, pretty wild. I didn't have this on my bingo card for 2026, a new Rolling Stones album.
Me either.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to dive into Foreign Tongues by the Rolling Stones. I was really blown away. I was pleasantly surprised is what I'm going to say from the beginning, because, all these artists, as they age, you start to think like, is it time to hang it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I think sometimes we unfairly put that on them, and, we want them to be, the Stones from, back in the day, which just think about this. The group, the Rolling Stones, started in 1962.
You and I were not even here.
Not even thought of.
That's crazy.
1962.
And they were starting a band, so they were already, they were teenagers.
Yeah, so, they probably were already playing, whether, together or not. But
they all went to like art school too, by the way.
Yeah. I think we looked it up. How old was, not Mick Jagger, Keith Richards?
He's like in his 80s now.
Like 82 or something like that.
Man.
These things just like blow my mind. And actually, I was thinking about, we talked earlier this year, the Buddy Guy album.
Yes.
It in
phenomenal,
ways,
by the way.
Yeah, great album. This is kind of a separate conversation, but like that, there's elements like that bluesy feel that the Stones have kind of always had.
Yes.
Like it jumps out like the first song, it hits you.
Yeah.
And it made me think of the Buddy Guy album.
Well, they're very closely tied with Buddy Guy, and I think they have great respect for Buddy Guy, because the Stones have come out and said, like, Black American blues musicians we have drawn from, and Buddy Guy being one of them. I think they've done collabs with him too. But it's funny.
That would make sense.
I think what legitimizes, this is just my opinion, what legitimizes the Stones is that they are rooted in the blues. Mm-hmm. So, should older artists hang it up in the pop rock world?
Right.
That's a tough call because these people are artists. Would you tell a painter to hang it up because they're 82 years old?
Right. Would they still have like art inside them?
But I think they're true to themselves. Like, they're not trying to be like 30-year-olds. They're not dyeing their hair. They're just guys that play and they love playing. And I'm currently reading Ron Wood's. He's the second guitarist for the Stones. I'm reading his autobiography, and he started out as an artist, as a painter, and then got into some incredible, legendary bands before the Stones called him up. But I mean, they're just true to the blues, man. And he just says, I think he had an album out called like, I Feel Like Playing. It's like, I feel like playing. And these guys are in their 80s and they feel like playing, pick up the guitar and they go to the studio.
Let's go. Well, before we get too far into the album, let's take a quick break. Let's thank the sponsors of the show, and we will get back into Foreign Tongues by the Rolling Stones.
I love it.
Love it. Let's go. Judged by the Cover is brought to you by JW Creates. JW Creates is your local graphic design source that specializes in cover art, logos, and websites for bands, musicians, podcasters, small business, and solo entrepreneurs. I love to hear your story and to help bring it to life through the art of graphic design. To learn more and connect with me, go to jwcreates.com, check out my work, and use the form at the bottom to tell me more about your project. Let's work together to bring your story to life through the art of graphic design. Hey everybody, we have a special announcement. We are talking Record of the Month Club.
Yes!
If you hate the name, let us know. That's what we're rolling with. So we are actually going to announce the record that we're going to be listening to in August.
And even I don't know what it is.
So this is August of 2026. Phil doesn't know what we're listening to, so you want to give me like a drum roll after you get done drinking your coffee?
Let's go here.
All right. We are going to be listening to Fleetwood Mac, Rumors.
Gosh, that's a good one.
So my idea for this was Fleetwood Mac, Rumors has had like a resurgence because of TikTok. Those who know the video that came out in 2020 where the guy was on one of those electric skateboard things. He was drinking a bottle of cranberry juice, lip syncing to the song.
What was it?
Dreams.
Yeah.
And so that kind of gave it a resurgence, but Gen Z, younger people are still flocking to this album and wanting it. I know the hits, there's a bunch of hits off of this album, but I've never just like listened to this album, and there's so much lore, there's so much to it that I figured this is the place to start. So the idea is, if you don't own it, go out to your local record store, buy it on vinyl, CD. I can tell you this, I was at Yellow Racket Records in Chattanooga, Tennessee. They have a ton of copies of this.
How much did you spend?
It was like $25, $29, somewhere in that. It was under $30.
I can do that.
But if you can find it on CD, go out and buy it, listen to it. And the idea is we're going to spend a month just listening to this record and just, we may love it, we may hate it, but the whole idea is to just enjoy a record for what it is.
Yeah.
And this is like book club style, right? We're going to find ways to talk about it. So right now you can go to jwcrates.com/record-club. Or you can just go to JW Creates under the podcast tab. You can find it there as well. So go check it out, sign up, go out and buy this record, and let's listen to it together.
Wow. And you get all these killer liner notes.
Liner notes. Let's go.
I'm all in, buddy. Good pick.
Thank you. So if you guys are in, Record of the Month Club starts August of this year. We're going to be jamming Rumors, Fleetwood Mac. Join us.
So we're back.
Yep.
And thank you to all our sponsors. And it's just really fun to do this with you. I just want to say that. I want to get that in. Like, I just learned something today just about researching the Rolling Stones album artwork. It's a pastel, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
But it's like when you go down these rabbit holes, it's like, oh, wow, I thought Ronnie Wood painted it because he paints like their set list artwork.
Oh, yeah.
If they're on tour in Brazil, each night he paints the set list.
That's awesome.
And and then he paints these incredible things. Like if he's in Rio de Janeiro, it's like Rio de Janeiro, the Rolling Stones, all the songs. This is on a canvas, oil painting.
Wow.
With artwork all around it. And then I don't know if they have it in their private collection or if he sells it, but it's incredible, like the depth of art, that different types of art, different mediums involved. So like when you and I are at the record store digging through the bins, right, for the record here at the mall in Chattanooga, like I picked this book out, Ronnie Wood's autobiography. I mean, if I paid $10 for it, hardcover, it was so good. I bought a second one for a friend of mine because there's so many great stories. So I was already kind of like, I had the Stones on my radar. This is my current read right now. That's so I'm reading, and I know you and I talk about books on tape or something, or you're waiting for the movie to come out. Yeah, but I like to sit up here in my little studio and read. And I'm such a slow reader, but I'll read these autobiographies, and I love it because I learn a lot about each player. But anyway, Ronnie did not paint the cover art of this new album, which I think I've assumed that he just painted it, and it's not him.
Yeah. So we'll get into that a little bit, but tell us about the album. Where does this album come from? The 25th studio album. I don't know if we said that earlier in the intro.
I don't know if you did either, but that's crazy. And that's British, and it's the 27th American studio album.
That's insane. So, and so that's probably not counting any live albums or EPs, probably.
These are albums.
Studio albums, 25 of them.
Real quick, have you ever seen the Stones live?
No, never.
Never.
No.
Okay. I have, and it's just fortunate. It's super fortunate. I had a friend take me to the Stones at LA Memorial Coliseum, where two bands opened for them. On the Steel Wheels tour, and it was probably 1988, summertime in LA, and it was Living Colour, which was like a black metal band, opened for Guns N' Roses.
Wow.
Second opener act. How crazy is that? You got two opener acts. And then the Stones came on. And I remember the night because Axl fell off the stage. He was so loaded. Which we all thought was cool. It was cool. Because he got back up and started singing again. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine. They just popped his shoulder back into place.
Oh, man. Gosh.
But, so I had the pleasure of seeing the Stones, and I know, look, man, I know there are tons. I've got buddies who will probably rip me on this episode because they're such deep aficionados of the Rolling Stones. But anyway, I have a love for them, and like the album "Tattoo You," again, a face, like their face is always on, or their faces are always on these album covers, and this album cover has received mixed reviews. Like
it has.
Yeah. What do you see out there in the interwebs on that?
Yeah. So, kind of that same thing, mixed reviews. Even Keith Richards, I think, lovingly called the cover, the figure on the cover, Mr. Ugly. I think it's what they called it. So the cover, it's an oil pastel painting. Yeah, so the piece of art was done by an artist, Nathaniel Mary Quinn. He also actually redid their logo in 2025 as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So did that, and then also the album cover and the idea behind the album cover. So it's got this like really cool red color. Maybe I should pull up the picture.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you able to also pull up that logo he did? I'm just curious, like what that would look like.
Yeah. So
he's an American painter out of Chicago, and they say he's akin to Francis Bacon, who is a Irish-born British painter from he was probably active in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Oh, he did that.
No. Here it is.
Oh, that one. That's their Spotify art. Oh, he painted that?
Yeah, so we'll start with the logo. So the logo that he painted, it's kind of the famous lips and tongue that you get with the Rolling Stones. It's kind of their graphic that's kind of followed them for decades. Wow, I almost choked on something. But really, the biggest change is like one of the top parts of the lip is supposed to be kind of this purple color.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be kind of like a bruise, and so the idea is that
Mm.
that life and touring, and what are we talking, like 60 years of being a band is kind of taking its punches and its toll on them.
Wow.
So that was kind of his impression on it, and even the cover art kind of follows the same theme, and the idea that he was trying to speak through this is this idea. When you think about the Rolling Stones, they've been around forever, so there's almost like this immortality
Yeah.
kind of around them, like the Rolling Stones. Yeah, they're always going to be there,
Yeah.
and so the idea was to kind of humanize it and not have this like perfect, pretty, digitally made piece of art for the cover. Wanted it to have kind of this impression, and so it's kind of a mix of the Stones' faces
Yep.
is what you've got in this image. So it's kind of this almost looks disfigured because it's got the eyes, and you see the nose and like these prominent features that you're going to kind of recognize if you know the band.
Yeah.
And it's just supposed to have this kind of humanizing, imperfect, and it's supposed to also kind of call to their music. So they've got a very bluesy, and there's this like live raw energy in the music.
Yeah.
And so it's really trying to speak to that too. So really brilliant kind of color, this kind of pinkish red.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Rolling Stones font.
I do too.
Foreign Tongues, I think, is supposed to look kind of like hand painted, I think
Yeah.
is what we're looking at there. And it looks folded. It's almost like it's like a poster or something like that you would have folded up and put in your back pocket to take home, and then you're like, there's the creases. So you're going to see that on there as well. So yeah, just this raw cover, and it's painted, like physically painted, which
and
is
how
really
about
cool.
this? They're recognizing an American artist up there, so that's kind of cool too. Like I think with this cover, the Stones can get away with it because they're the Rolling Stones,
right?
So you could nitpick and be like, I don't know, it's too abstract for me,
right?
But I saw it and I'm like, yeah, it's a Stones album, and they can do this crazy art, and they can. And I thought it was Ron Wood painted it because he paints so much of their stuff. But it's not. It's an American painter out of Chicago.
Yep.
And it's wild.
It's
kind of cool. You can look at it for a while and unpack it. Oh yeah, I see Keith Richards' headgear in there, and just odd pieces, and it does have like a weathered feel to it.
Yeah. And so I think this is taking kind of a quote from an interview, I think is where this comes from, but it says Quinn designed the piece to challenge the visual mythology of the Stones as untouchable icons, instead of presenting them as vulnerable, fragile, and mortal humans.
Yeah.
The meshing of their faces is a visual metaphor for the ancient art of weaving in their guitar arrangements.
Man.
And it's my go-to joke with the Rolling Stones is that the Rolling Stones have looked dead for the last 20 or 30 years, especially Keith Richards.
Ouch.
The whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll lifestyle, I think, took its toll. Man, and I was even thinking about, I remember 2006, they played the Super Bowl halftime show. And I remember even thinking then, like, how many more years do these guys have? And that was 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
Over 20 years ago.
Yeah. 2006?
2006, according to the old interwebs.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's wild.
February 5th, 2026 in Detroit.
They're bulletproof, man. I don't know what they're blessed with some strong genes.
Yeah. Mick Jagger has jokingly referred to the figure on the cover as Mr. Ugly.
Wow.
But he has praised it for being genuine painting rather than computer generated art.
There you go. So, I love it. Giving an artist, I think that's cool. Give a painter a shot,
Yeah. And what I love is that, so I started listening to the record Monday. Well, I guess that was yesterday.
Yeah, it's okay.
When did we meet together? Sunday. Yeah. Anyway, I've listened to it a couple times, and immediately I was really just drawn to how much energy was in this record.
Yes.
Again, given their age, it's kind of like, what do they have left? But like, there was a lot of energy. The guitar tones are amazing.
Yep.
That gritty blues rock and roll, like That's my bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
That gets me excited no matter what. Yeah, it just sounded so good. And looking through the notes, I think what really attributes to just the energy that you hear in these songs is they recorded the song live. So they did all the takes live, and it wasn't like a structured like, okay, we're gonna do take one and like
Wow.
forced them. It was actually like just really long takes. So it allowed them to just to play to kind of get in that like groove as a band.
Yeah.
And so they did long takes, and from what I understand from the my research, they I'm assuming they probably played the songs a couple of times,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
they just got like the best performances, and they wanted some of those imperfections, to kind of come
Love
through, and
that.
just the humanness, because right, I think we as a just I don't know world maybe are
Mm-hmm.
kind of getting tired of the AI perfection. And even before
Yeah.
AI, it's like the auto tune, or like
Yeah.
what is it called in the studio where they take all the notes and they make them perfect, like quantized notes? Is that the
Yeah.
right
Yeah. You
thing
can
there?
nudge it. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can.
The-
You can. Yeah. You can manipulate the
yeah,
notes.
yeah, and make everything so perfect. And I think
Mm-hmm.
there's just something, especially like if we're talking blues, there's something like about the imperfections that is part of
Right.
that genre,
Like
that
a
kind of music.
slightly out of tune guitar.
Oh yeah,
Somehow it makes it
yeah,
sound incredible.
yeah, yeah. Especially in the hands of masters that have been doing it for 60 years.
Yeah, I do admire that, like a
Yeah,
true band like the Stones being able to play in a room in the round. And, I think,
yeah.
I could pull that off, maybe. But,
Oh yeah,
and I've
yeah,
done it.
yeah. Phil can
I've
do it.
played in the
Yeah.
round with a band. And that's really how the Stones came up. You'd have these baffles between you. So you and I would have a big baffle
Oh really?
between us, but there would still be open space. So I can still hear your guitar, you can hear my guitar, and then the drummer's there, and the bass player's there, and the vocalist is there. And so we see each other,
And you can kind of
but you're
vibe off the
slightly
energy.
isolated. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But I admire them for that. And I just think like they're such a part of world culture now, not just a British band, not just an
yeah.
American band.
Agreed. Yeah.
They're just global giants.
I'm just trying to look through my notes and see if there's anything else on like the art or anything like that we
Yeah, I
could
have
touch
an
base on.
interesting bit here where the painter Nathaniel Mary Quinn, he made his first major hit painting. It was titled Charles in 2013.
Okay.
And he got recognized by the director of the Museum of Contemporary African Diasporan Arts in Brooklyn, New York, because I guess he saw a show of his work in Chicago
Hmm.
or somewhere, and it was like, hey, this guy is doing something kind of cool. And then he got a show in London in 2014, his first solo show at
Interesting.
Pace Gallery in London. And now this guy is like in major museums, and he's a highly recognized painter, which I just think is really cool.
Yeah.
That's a rock star thing in your own. I like the way they phrase this on Wikipedia. In 2013, he made his first major hit painting, Charles. Like a hit painting.
Yeah, like a hit record or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how hard is that? Like, there's an oil painting right there.
Yeah.
That's a friend of mine named Alex Knight. He's a painter in Virginia. Painted that. It's from a photograph of back in the 80s of just a guy listening to his boombox.
Yeah.
Probably in New York City. But oil painting that's a whole other
Yeah.
art discipline.
Yeah.
And to have a hit painting,
Yep.
you think it's hard to have a hit record? How hard is it to have a hit
Yeah.
painting?
Yeah, especially when you're alive. It's like
Yeah.
it's usually not until like after the fact
Yeah.
that artists like get discovered, or
People
people
think, oh, this
go
guy's so cool.
Yeah.
Too bad
yeah.
he's dead and never made a penny. So many artists. Like Van
now,
Gogh,
now everybody
right?
else is making money off their art. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I know, man. You should see those streaming royalties.
Oh man.
0.0001. I'm like, how do you even break a penny up like that?
Yeah. Oh man.
They don't even make pennies anymore, people.
Yep, they're extinct.
Yep.
I mean, about time. Let's just say it.
I don't know. I kind of like pennies. You put them on the railroad track when you were a kid. Your parents tell you not to play on the railroad tracks. What do? I'm gonna play on the
You're
railroad
gonna go play
tracks.
on the railroad tracks,
and then
yeah.
you put your penny down on there, and the train would come by. You just get off in time because they sneak up on. Trains got a funny way of sneaking up on you. You're down there, you're down there putting your penny on the track, and all of a sudden you look up and you just see Amtrak. You're like, oh, that thing's rolling at you like 80 miles per hour. So you just kind of roll over and go.
Man. You can tell me and Phil grew up in like different parts of the world because I grew up in like long flat. You saw that train coming for a long time.
This baby was coming around the bend, coming around the bend that was curved like this, was pushing 80, maybe 85 miles per hour. My brother, he's not even looking out. Like, thanks, Matt. We could have died, man, putting those pennies out. Penny's not dead to me.
Oh, man.
All right, what else we got?
I think there's some just some cool notes on high profile guests.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to help me on the word again, but the drummer, is it the original drummer?
Charlie Watts, yeah.
Charlie Watts. There's one song that he is featured on from like previous recordings.
Yes.
I can probably find the name of the song, but it's somewhere else in my notes.
Yeah, that's all right.
So that's kind of a big one. Paul McCartney played bass on Covered in You.
That's crazy. That's the Stones. They can just be like, "Hey, Paul, can you come over?"
Right?
Just the bass player from the Beatles.
Yeah, also a band that from forever ago.
Yeah,
huge. Yeah,
we should do a Beatles episode.
Yeah, did we talk about the conspiracy? We did talk about the conspiracy of not Paul.
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Is he dead?
I think he's dead. That was a sad day. I think he's dead. I think he thought he could kind of live normal in New York City, and the crazy guy got him.
You'll have to go back and listen. I forget the name of the episode, so you'll just have to go back and listen to them all. We do talk about the Beatles. Robert Smith of The Cure.
Love The
contributed guitar and synthesizers.
On what song did it tell you?
It doesn't. It's funny. It would be awesome if they did, but this is what it put in the notes. Mick Jagger spotted him outside the studio wearing a gown and lipstick.
I'm out. That's when you gotta call on like the Stones. They're in their 80s, playing like rock, blues. Robert Smith is still wearing makeup and eyeliner, and I love him. I love The Cure. I'm a big Cure fan, but there comes a time you might have to pack it up.
And then let's see. Other contributors include Steve Winwood, organ and piano, Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Bruno Mars playing cowbell,
playing cowbell,
and Benmont Tench.
Yeah, he was Tom Petty's keyboard player.
Okay, that's the one name I wasn't.
Yeah, you nailed it, Benmont Tench.
Hey, looky there.
Guy's good too.
Is he?
Oh, game over.
So. Yeah, Monster album. I was pleasantly surprised. I went into it with like, just brace myself. How bad could it be?
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know that there's anything on the album that just like blows me away.
That's fair. But I think you have to give it multiple listens.
Is it a multiple listen?
Yeah, because there's some, I'm probably like 3 or 4 listens ahead of you.
Okay.
And I would think like some songs are starting to grow on me, like more than others on there. And also, there's like humor in there. Like Mick Jagger, they poke fun at themselves. Like you can catch. Yeah. I caught a sense of like wit and humor coming through. Like if you listen to some of the lyrics, you get like a little chuckle. You're like, did he just say that? I'm like, that's crazy, man. He just said that. And it's funny.
Yeah, but I will say, like, the energy of the album feels really good. I love the harmonica that comes in on some songs.
Yep. Raw.
The guitar, like, the guitar playing is awesome across the board.
And I was wondering about that because, as we age, man, sometimes you get arthritis. And Eric Clapton, I don't even know if he can play anymore.
Yeah.
Like, some older players struggle.
But they still got it. Like, I don't know what deal they signed back in the day. But they still got it.
Yeah, they do.
And so I was pleasantly surprised. 1,000% worth a listen, and I'll take Phil's advice, and I'll give it a few more listens. I won't give up on it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, pleasantly surprised. It's just like it just takes you back. It's like it sounds just like the Rolling Stones. Like
Yeah, it
I've
does.
always remembered the Rolling Stones.
It satisfies that desire, like
Yeah.
you're like, I hope it sounds like the Stones. It's nothing crazy, and sure enough, it does.
It does. It
Yep.
does. Yeah. Any do you have any final thoughts, notes, anything
I did
else
go
about the
to
album?
For the Record here in Chattanooga,
Oh, yeah?
and I think she had one left, and she
Nice.
said everything had sold out, the vinyl, and it was like heavy gram vinyl,
Yeah.
really nice.
Yep.
But it was like $58, and I was like, oh man, I just groomed the dog. Man. I don't know if that already
Don't
killed
get cheap
me.
on me, Phil.
I'm getting cheap. I'm like, y'all got this on a CD or tiny vinyl or something?
Oh man.
What do you got for like $15?
I think this is where, and this is probably a topic for like a full episode in and of itself. I think this is really where I think we're going to see CDs come back. With
I
want
to talk about this with you, please.
So we're going to tease that a little bit, but I think because a band like the Rolling Stones, they can command almost $60 for a vinyl.
Yeah.
It's like, oh gosh, that's a big commitment for a lot of people. But your casual fan, your young fan, they can't quite do that. Even maybe like for my birthday, maybe I can get my parents or
a
gift.
someone
like a gift or something like that. But like to go out and buy it, I think that's where things like tiny vinyl, CDs, I think we might see some resurgence there because people are hungry for physical media. I think we've been talking about this for, I don't know, how long we've been doing this, Phil? Almost
time.
3 years?
Yeah.
I think people are hungry for it. I think we're going to see some resurgence there, and we've got a fun conversation that we want to do around this topic, so I won't go too far into it. But yeah, I think CD availability, I think, is going to become like really prime.
Yeah.
So we could use this as just like a quick, if you're an artist, right? Because we usually try to give some, some perspective or just not encouragement. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Advice.
Yeah.
If you care to listen to it, sure.
I think don't give up on CDs yet.
I
think this is the time that if you are putting out music, people want to get something from your show.
Yes.
And I think that the CD, I think, is kind of, it's going to be the game changer for a lot of people.
It's that price point. You can burn these things. You can have them replicated rather cheaply.
Yeah.
And you're going to sell that at the merch table.
And honestly, you can get people to replicate it or just get on TikTok, Instagram. I've seen so many videos where small bands are like, hey, this is how I'm making CDs for my show.
They're burning it.
They're burning them. And for you young people, when you burn a CD, that's when you take the files off of a computer and you put it on
a disc. Gosh, that's crazy. We're talking about this,
right? I saw a thing on social media, and it was like, I've lived in a generation where I've recorded music to a cassette tape, burned CDs to my computer, made mixtapes, downloaded MP3s to an iPod, and now stream music directly from my phone.
You sent me that. And that is me.
And now the cycle continues. Vinyl is at an all-time high. Physical media across the board is, going through the roof. Like I even saw a video, and I don't know where these people are at, but they're starting and not just like a novelty kind of store, but they're starting a movie rental place where you can go and rent movies like you used to do when you used to go to Blockbuster or your corner store that rented movies.
Yeah.
Like somebody's like, I'm just going to do this because I think people want it.
Yeah, they do. And I was even thinking about art. There's my dog, of course, on cue. But I was thinking about even like the paintings. Like this guy had a solo show at a gallery. I've gone to gallery shows and they're fun because there's people around you. People are in a great mood. They're drinking wine and looking at art on the wall. Yeah. And there's something really warm and it's real, man. You're not watching a painting on a computer screen. Like you're experiencing, you can smell it. I don't know. I think we're all hungry for these communal events to get together with each other.
The humanity of things.
And not to just sit behind a screen.
1,000%. 1,000%.
On that
Well,
note.
guys, we highly encourage you, go check out Foreign Tongues, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
It's worth a listen. It's worth a few listens.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you
really
think.
want to know. What do you think?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. And if you are loving Judged by the Cover, if you're on Apple or Spotify, take a quick second and leave us a 5-star review. Tell us what you think about the show. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button, click the bell so you know when we drop videos. And, if you're on social media, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to talk about. If there's a band or an album that you love that we have probably missed, let us know.
Awesome.
Well, cool, Phil. Well, thank you. Thank you for reintroducing me to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
I pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Hey, my pleasure. Shout out to Spotify for doing what they do, man.
We'll give Spotify a little bit.
Give them a little bit. We'll give you a half penny of praise.
Anyway, well, guys, we appreciate it. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Judged by the Cover podcast, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye. Thank you.